Yo.
Yo. I was trying to.
That is your grandson lying there dead on the couch. Look at that.
No.
Look at that.
No.
I want to take all my reactions.
I prayed with your daughter.
If you knew, hey, subscribe. I'm LOKIFERG. Today we got a fucking grandma. She calls 911 and they find out what the fucking terrible thing she's done to the grandbaby. Oh no, man. No, man.
Over your dead grandson.
When a 5-year-old boy suddenly dies under mysterious circumstances, investigators in Dayton, Ohio desperately search for an explanation.
What's more important to you? Someone getting in trouble or the fact that your grandson is dead? Then prove it or walk out that door.
The following report is based on official police records, and the footage has never been seen before until now. On the morning of Saturday, March 30th, 2024, Dayton dispatchers receive a chilling 911 call.
A child has died in his sleep. He went to sleep as he is. Please come, please.
Okay, ma'am. What is going on with your child?
He laid down, went to sleep, and I was on the couch with him. Me and my he's my grandson, and he won't wake up. He's cold as ice. His nose was bleeding. I wiped his nose, and he didn't move.
Okay, ma'am, how old is he?
5. I was babysitting him, and he's cold as ice. He's cold. He won't move.
There's no breathing at all or anything?
No, nothing at all. Oh, please. I called his mom. She's on her way. Oh, God. Is somebody coming?
Yes,
Somebody
Stephanie. Was
coming?
that Stephanie? As soon as we could come, we had help on the way, okay?
Okay.
We're going to do what we can to help you, okay?
Okay, thank you.
The child would later be identified as 5-year-old Charles Anthony Brown. Police and paramedics arrive to the scene, but it quickly becomes clear that the young boy is beyond any hope of resuscitation.
It's on the tube.
Hey, Steph. When was the last time you saw him?
15 minutes ago.
Damn, Chad. That's a baby. Damn. See, dads, y'all can't be leaving y'all child. If y'all don't leave y'all child, instead of the mom dropping it off with the grandma, your child could have been with you, and y'all could have been somewhere playing basketball, somewhere working out, doing some dad and son bonding things. But we gonna give a moment of silence for little bro. R.I.P.
No. When was the last time you saw him moving?
We went to sleep, and then we all went to sleep. And then I slept on the couch.
What time was that?
About, I can't remember, about, I guess 10 or 11 or so.
10 or 11 last night? Yeah. Okay.
An officer speaks with the child's grandmother, 58-year-old Stephanie Shanks, who was babysitting the 3 grandchildren while their mother was at work.
Does he have any health issues or anything?
No, he wasn't, nothing.
Okay, and you said you saw him last night?
Yes, about 10. I mean, he went in that position, and then that's where he was at, and then I seen some.
So when you saw him, he was sleeping?
No, I got up this morning, I wiped his nose, and something coming out of his nose.
Okay, so about
And
10
I
this
wiped it,
morning?
the stuff was still in the toilet. I put it in the toilet, I didn't flush it. And
Okay.
he didn't move. And I called his mama.
And how old is he?
5. Oh, his mama's coming.
Is this brother and sister?
That's his twin.
They're twins?
Yes.
How old are they?
5.
5.
Oh,
Okay. And how was he?
3.
3?
Oh, he had nosebleeds, but that's it. That's it. He had no nosebleeds or nothing. He had nosebleeds.
Charles' sudden death leaves officers searching for answers, but any hope of an explanation must wait for investigators who are on their way to the scene. For now, officers outside share their thoughts on the devastating situation.
Typically, I'm one to jump offering to go. This was one that I really didn't want to come.
Yeah.
I was literally holding my breath, please don't, please don't. I knew it was coming.
I
I don't know what a kid is. I didn't see a kid.
Well, when you just had a kid, the last thing you want to do is go on a dead kid call.
For real, and the thing is, when you just had a kid, the last thing you want to do is hear anything happen to a gender of whatever child you just had. You don't want to hear anything bad about no babies. That shit that puts worry on your mind.
It don't get any easier.
Yeah.
We gotta wait for mom to get here, then we're gonna call mom down enough to get info on the kid. We only know his name.
They don't take grandparents, right?
They stayed the night here. They don't live here.
No, so they were just visiting, supervising the kid.
Probably babysitting someone go out, which is fine.
Once we get the information, I'll call the coroner. I'm sure he'll want to come out.
It's wildly unusual.
Suddenly, an unidentified male approaches the scene and is stopped by officers who've been instructed not to let anyone inside.
Hello. Do you know them inside of there? Yeah. How do you know them? Were you neighbors or something?
That's my girl. It's my girl kids.
Okay. Who are you to them?
I'm her daughter's boyfriend.
Yeah, unfortunately, nobody can go in there right now. So.
Seconds later, the mother of the 3 children, including the deceased 5-year-old boy, races toward the home.
Why?
Sorry, you can't go inside right now.
Why can't I go inside?
Come here.
Please, I just want to see my baby. Please.
No. He said we're not letting her.
Oh my God.
We'll have to talk to her. Huh? We'll have to talk to
He
her.
woke up like this. I don't know. Oh my God. Please let me go see my baby.
Before premature, is that correct?
32 weeks, yes.
Okay. Any other medical issues?
No.
No complications?
No, none.
Thank you.
No.
I'm sorry.
My baby gone.
Yeah.
Inside the house, the grandmother agrees to sign a consent to search the home, and investigators are brought up to speed on the situation.
Grandma put him down in bed 10-11 last night. That's when she last saw him out here sleeping on the couch.
And that's so sad. I ain't gonna lie, I feel all the emotion from her scream. Like when they said she said it's my baby gone. They said, yeah, you could feel like that pain. You could feel it in her. It's like, damn.
This morning before she called, she said she described it as a bloody nose. Wiped it up. The tissues are still in the toilet, and noticed he wasn't responding. Called 911. Just kind of looks like he aspirated.
Does everyone live here, or Grandma just babysitting?
Grandma watches the kids every weekend, she says.
Okay.
She was sleeping on the couch with the 2 boys. I think she said the girl was asleep in the bed.
She was sleeping on the couch with them?
She said she was on the couch with the 2 boys.
After completing their search, investigators uncover a shocking clue that may explain Charles's sudden death, which lands Stephanie in an interrogation room. Before confronting her with their findings, they first question her about the events of the previous day. She explains that she usually watches the children every Saturday and Sunday while their mother works, but this time she took them in on Friday morning because their daycare was closed for Good Friday. She describes their day and evening as typical, where the children played in and out of the home until nightfall.
10 or 10:30 or 11, something like that. Little Charles came and said, Mom, I'm tired, I'm sleepy. I said, well, get up on the couch and lay down and go to sleep.
What did he look like when he said I was tired?
He didn't really look, he looked tired in the eyes, but he didn't look like, nothing I would notice.
Was he acting weird? Was he like stumbling or maybe like nodding off?
No, he was just tired, just moving slow.
He wasn't nodding off?
No.
Okay.
Stephanie gives one of the investigators permission to go through her phone, while the other prepares to confront her with what they found inside her home.
Can you help me understand all the straws and stuff that are laying around? And the white powder and substances that are laying around?
Well, that was from me doing boy earlier then, but it wasn't me doing boy now.
Okay. You doing boy earlier as in when?
Friday.
And just for clarification, boy is heroin, correct?
Oh no! Oh no! This bitch is doing that black shit. Oh no! This bitch is doing that black shit. I'm doing something. I said okay. But thank you. Thank you though. But damn, she doing heroin and she let her baby, her grandson do the heroin. Oh my god. Yo, damn. This is why you should not have drugs around kids at all. You put that shit where your gun vault is at. Your gun safe at.
When on Friday were you doing
That morning.
that? That morning?
Before they got there.
What, around what time?
About 7. I had it that night, but I did it that morning. Because didn't know I had to watch the kids. I thought I had to watch them at...
I get that, yeah. You thought you had an extra day.
Yeah.
I get it.
So I did it.
Based on the evidence and her own admission, the investigator poses a devastating theory.
I think that Charles overdosed.
No, he didn't overdose.
That's my suspicion. All right. Now we're gonna find out some more when he goes through an autopsy. All right. We're gonna find out some more from his blood results.
But it wasn't nothing in there when he went in the bedroom. I had did it all. It was nothing but dust on the thing. That's all that was on there.
So when was he in there?
He wasn't in there. He was not in there. The little girl, she went in there late that night. It was gone in. Mm-hmm. And it was all off the straws and everything. I licked the straws because I didn't have no money. Mm-hmm. That's why I did that.
When did you lick the straws?
3 days.
This motherfucker. Oh my god. If you know your look, for anybody that's on that shit, look, you know you finna have to watch your grandkids clean the fuck up. Like, you know, like I thought they say clean up. Like I thought y'all like make us clean up when we was younger, and y'all can't keep clean after. Well, you specifically, because you probably was the one that never listened. Hey, your mom, your dad told you to clean up. You just junk it up more and more and more. But next time, just clean up. Put it in a spot. Like, always hide your shit. Especially when you know you got kids. Hide your shit. Like, actually attempt to hide your shit. Because if you don't attempt to hide your shit, then they gonna find it. They'll be like, oh, they must not think I'm looking for it. So attempt to hide it. Anything that you don't want your child to have.
But I'll be honest, there was residue in a cigarette pack that you had with the straw on the table.
But it wasn't nothing in the cigarette pack. Honestly, I'll tell you the truth. It wasn't nothing.
And here's the thing, like, I know that there might not be very much or not an amount that you would ever pay for or not an amount that you would consider to be anything, but you and I both know that drugs to an adult, drugs to someone who uses regularly, that's going to be a different amount than someone who's small. Now, you might have had it on your fingers, you might have had it on that table, you might have had it on other things, but the thing is that you regularly have heroin in that apartment. Is that accurate?
Yes, that's accurate.
Yeah. And
but
go ahead.
But it wasn't nothing in there, but dust in there. But how could dust even do anything to him?
And so when we say heroin, it's not the heroin that we are talking about from, the 90s. Okay. There's so many different forms of opioids that are killing people.
Yup, there's different type of dog shit that, like, they got some the black shit, they got this shit, they got all type of shit. They look like they got that shit that if you would have had a big mouth, if you could actually afford whatever they try to get you, that shit that overdosed you dead, you'd be one of them junkies. Like dead ass, like, look, I had to get in character for you.
And ultimately, we will probably find out that this is some type of fentanyl. So you don't have to have grams to kill micrograms, especially for someone who is only 30 pounds. It's a huge amount.
Despite the explanation, Stephanie still seems to struggle with accepting the possibility.
If we find that there's some heroin,
If you find it.
correct, if we find heroin in his body, would you agree with me that your actions are played? Okay. We're going to do all that. We're going to pull his blood and we're going to identify what substances are in his body. Okay? But I can tell you that he didn't just die this morning. Based on how he looked, his body had already started to decompose. He had been dead for some time.
The investigator questioned Stephanie about where she obtained the substances. She claimed she purchased them from a man named Greg,
Now she's
but her
snitching.
reluctance to share more information about him
her?
causes the interrogation to grow increasingly more intense.
This is why you do not sell bullshit to grandmas just because it's a junkie and you just trying to get that shit off. No, nigga, have some morals, nigga. Sell it to her grandson that's older, that can that can handle that shit, and let him do that shit. You don't, and you tax him because you know he gonna give it to her. Do that, damn, or don't do it at all. Go get 9 to 5, go to college, get on YouTube, get shit. If your dream ain't to be no YouTuber, then be a TikToker. If that's your dream. If that's your dream, then if that's not your dream, then be if you don't got nothing to do with TV screen or nothing on camera, then go do your dream. Go make buildings. Go make people come together when you speak speeches. But right now, we reacting right now. Look, I'm just telling you, look. Go do something positive with your life, leave that shit in the past. Leave that shit in the past. You already sold what you needed to sold and got you the wisdom that you need. You know how to budget your money, you know how to start the business and how to, find new clients. And you know how you got all of that from, selling your own product.
You want to give me some more information about Greg?
Well, I don't know him that well.
How did you get a hold of him?
I don't know.
Here's the thing. Here's kind of what's going to change my opinion about you, okay? And I'm just going to be real honest, all right? Because I saw your daughter's broken heart when she saw her deceased, her dead son, who had been dead for hours, okay? I saw your grandson who had been dead for hours.
Hours earlier, neighbors, friends, and family stood witness to the grieving mother's reaction when her son's body was moved to the coroner's van.
Oh, no. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Please, no, put me back there. No, put him back there. Get off of me.
Stephanie gives investigators a street name but no exact address, along with a vague physical description. However, a startling discovery on her phone shifts the investigation dramatically, casting doubt on everything she said about Greg.
On your phone, who is Bonk HD?
I don't know who that is.
And you called somebody named Bonk/HD.
I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is.
You called him 4 times yesterday.
That's probably who it is. She called him 4 times yesterday. Bunk HD is crazy because it sounds like it got some bunk ass shit. It sounds like some trash. So she texts the trash weed man because he be throwing deals and he ain't weed man. Shit, you know what he is. We just gonna say weed. The plug, right? She texts the trash plug because the trash plug gonna throw her the deal, And he know, oh, this motherfucker. She after I get her this, she gonna call me later and call for some more. So you fucking yourself up with that shit. Like, you really fucking yourself up. Because, like, instead of you buying a large amount, you just keep on buying a little bit about back to back. So it's over time. You might be thinking you're getting a little amount at that moment, but back to back over time, that shit gonna be, like, more than if you really just bought that shit, like, day at a time. And then money piled up, and then you buy that shit again. Like, instead of you keep on buying that shit every time you make money, like y'all be junkies, y'all be making money to buy more. Like y'all only make money to buy more. I want you to know that mindset that you in and break out of.
Between 7:40 a.m. and 11 a.m.
As one investigator steps out of the room to take a closer look at the phone, the other continues to press Stephanie for the truth.
On a certain level, I don't care about your drug habit. What I care about is Charles is dead. Charles is over at the coroner's office right now.
I believe that when I hear about from the autopsy.
Well, he's dead, right?
Yes.
He's dead.
Yes.
He died in your apartment.
Yes.
Okay? So if we're going to sit in here and talk, I want you to be truthful about things, or walk out that door.
Okay. I just looked at the phone. Your text block HD as well. Why heroin?
The what?
See? She trying to save nephew. Bitch, you cut your grandbaby, you trying to save nephew because nephew be giving you them deals. You think, okay, I'm gonna get out of this, I'm still gonna give me some heroin. That fucking little fucker, you probably think in your head, that little fucker should never, that little fucker should never motherfucking found my motherfucking stash, that little motherfucker, that's what that motherfucker gets. That's what she thinking in her head, because she finna go buy that heroin. That's what y'all fiends look, the only thing about yourself. Stop being selfish. Stop being selfish, like, for real, man. Damn, bitch.
To buy heroin.
Damn, bitch. Now your daughter don't got a baby, and now you're a grandbaby list, and you got only two grandbabies when you had 3.
You're really trying to make me mad again. The store's always open. He's totally done a phenomenal job telling you that you can walk out here anytime. You buy drugs with Bonk HD. You're lying. You being dishonest is not going to get you anywhere. There is a dead child.
Your grandbaby.
Man, she trying not to snitch. She trying so hard not to snitch because she think that maybe the baby was just dead and it's not her hearing. No. If 1 + 1 is 2, then obviously that makes sense. If obviously a stick grows on a tree. So basically, if you see the residue and you can visibly see it, don't you think that the baby could be like fuck?
For God's sake, I prayed with your daughter over your dead grandson. Your dead grandson, and you're lying about buying drugs. Are you kidding me? Do you love your grandbabies?
No.
Do you? Then prove it. Or walk out.
She love them drugs more. Like, look, now she finna fake cry. Like I'm calling her. She finna fake cry. Cause they putting that pressure on her. Your grandbaby is dead cause of you. You did it. And you know why? Cause you don't love them. You love drugs more than them. And now she in this bitch. Yes, I do love her. I do love her.
That door.
Consistently you lie. And then we have to confront you with what we know, and then you tell us the truth. It doesn't matter. There's a dead baby. There's a dead baby. Then you are trying not to get yourself in trouble, but we have to look at this. That is your grandson lying there dead on the couch. Look at that.
No.
Look at that.
No.
Because of your actions, and you're still sitting here trying to deflect the truth.
No.
I ain't gonna lie to y'all. She just got so good like for a second. Like a nigga mouth just like dropped. Like it was just like I was like my motherfucking. I lost like my breath. And like it was like it almost gasped. I was like.
These lights are on.
No.
The truth will come out in this room. Someone will be held responsible for this dead child. It's unacceptable. And what frustrates me the most is that you are unwilling to take accountability for what has happened. You have given us partial truths. That's not okay.
With confusion over Greg and the mysterious contact in her phone, the investigator presents her a final ultimatum.
Here's the thing. At the end of this, my partner and I, you, whenever you're done, we're going to walk out of this room, all right? We're going to go back to our families, all right? Charles is over there alone. in a bag.
Now look, that ain't funny, but like, why he like, I get it. Like, he trying to break it down to her, like, he dead, girl. Get out that fairyland. You gotta, escapism in them drugs. He dead. You can't go take the drugs and he gonna be back. He dead. He ain't coming back. You might can go get them drugs, but you ain't gonna go get your grandbaby back. He dead. That's what basically he doing, but like, he going extreme on her ass.
And tomorrow morning, my partner and I are going to come in here on Easter morning, Resurrection Day, and we're going to watch the examiners examine your grandchild's baby, your grandchild's body. All right? I'm not worried about people getting in trouble and all this. All right? What I'm worried about is the truth, and actions have consequences. You know that. That's why you've been lying to us.
No, I've been lying because I didn't want to get nobody in trouble.
What's more important to you? Someone getting in trouble or the fact that your grandson is dead?
Look, man, for a grandma, her grandson being dead. That's what it should be. If you a grandma, your grandson being dead. Oh, I ain't gonna lie though. Either way, nowadays with these little I call them feminine gangsters, because it's like they just kill for like looking at them. You got more money than them. See, sometimes you can have no money than them. You got something like, it's something that you got that these motherfuckers will take you out in an instant just because they don't got it. And they even killing grandmas, moms, dads. They kill everybody nowadays. They don't get no fuck. They don't get no fuck. They killing babies. Ain't no. Only thing they said they look. The one thing I ain't heard nobody say is we gonna kill a pets as soon as we see them. That's the one thing I heard.
Then prove it, or walk out that door.
He said, "Bitch, go."
Prove it, or walk out. Or we can close this door, and we can talk about the truth for the sake of Charles over there, who's alone. What do you want to do?
Choosing to stay, Stephanie finally reveals the truth.
He's my regular drug supplier.
He's your regular drug supplier. So I can ignore what you said about Greg at the store?
Yeah.
That was a lie?
Yes.
Okay. So yesterday you had the kids?
Yes.
And you had got some drugs in the morning before they were there?
Yes.
But then you tried to get more drugs?
Yes.
What was different that you were trying to get more drugs?
Because
and the kids were there?
Because I wasn't feeling too good. I wasn't feeling well.
Like dope sick?
Yeah.
Despite her admission, the only way to be certain is to review the results of Charles's autopsy and toxicology report.
Science takes a minute, right?
Yeah.
So when we get those results, when we get your results and it says that, so
autopsy.
So he had cocaine, fentanyl.
In toxicology report.
Science takes a minute, right?
Yeah.
That you have maybe some heroin and some fentanyl in your system. You're not going to be surprised, right?
No.
When we find that in the system, what are you going to tell me? What are you going to tell Charles?
I had my fault. I killed him.
A post-mortem toxicology report for 5-year-old Charles Anthony Brown ruled his cause of death as intoxication by fentanyl and other illegal substances. According to his death certificate, the approximate time between the onset of exposure and death would have been minutes. On his death certificate, the manner of death is listed as an accident. 58-year-old Stephanie Shanks pleaded guilty to felony involuntary manslaughter, as well as 2 misdemeanor.
Damn, Damn, that's fucked up. Hey, R.I.P. to Charles. Real shit, man. That was crazy. And the camera wasn't even on. Ah, damn, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. It was on halfway, but it's back on. But yeah, man. Rip Charles, man. Hey, for real though, if you new, make sure you leave a like. Cause if you leave a like on the video, it puts you out there. And the more that we get out there, the more people can see these type of videos. And we can stop, child endangerment together. One video at a time.